Hello everybody, Mr. JK here from FM Scout. Today we're going to look at the best Wonderkids on Football Manager 15, and mainly between the age of 15 and 18. And so some of the upcoming prospects, and this is all based on potential ability. So the players I'll be showing you right now is the best players who's potentially going to go all the way to 5-star or just below. So the first player I'm going to show you is a guy called Nicolas Pinto, currently playing at Boca Juniors. He's only 18 years old. He's valued at 350k. Is listed for loan as well. Is a left back. So he looks pretty decent already, to be honest. Valued at, he's on £25 per week. So if you could approach to sign him, he's available to sign already on a contract. So obviously there's compensation in that. But you can sign him. He's only looking for 8.5k, and he's one of the best upcoming left backs currently on the game as it stands. If you was to put a bid in for him, you'd be looking around 1.6 million, so that's pretty cheap as well. The next guy is a guy called Elias, who's Greek, currently playing at Arsenal. I'm not going to attempt to say that second name. He's only 16 years old. He's only valued at 90k as well, but another player that's really got great potential ability. You can sign him as well, but like I say, it's whether he's interested or not. If you was to put a bid in for him, you'd be looking around 1.7 million as well. The next guy is a guy called Adrian from Villarreal. This guy right here, 17 years old, currently wanted by Man United at the moment. So you can see, 17 and has already got some great stats coming here, especially his tackling and some of his physical presence as well. Only valued at 25k. You can approach to sign him if you need to, but if you was to put a bid in, you're looking at about 1.5 million. If you was to try and sign him, looking for 4.1k, you'd be paying around 2 million, 3 million in compensation if you was to get this guy. But definitely looks like a good prospect. Another guy is an 18-year-old guy from Dortmund called Jeremy. His morale's really bad at the moment. He's valued a little bit higher than the ones we've seen. He can play all around the pitch as well by the looks of it, apart from centre-back. Currently 123 player for Germany. But yeah, if you was to bid for this guy, you'd be looking at around 57 million. So as you can see, a lot of money just for an 18-year-old. Dortmund obviously think that he's going to be one of the best players on the game. The next one is a 15-year-old, so the youngest we've seen so far, called Marc Cucurella. 15 years old from Barcelona, left back, on a youth contract, so he's available to sign. But he is at Barcelona, so the chances are he won't join. He's valued at 22.5k at the moment. As you can see, you may have to tempt him to come. If you was to put a bid in for him, you'd be looking at 1.4 million for a 15-year-old. Whether he'll join, that's a different story. But his stats are improving. It will be improving every single season. The next one is a guy called Abner, Brazilian guy from a team called PSTC. Right, so PSTC, 18 years old, so it's this guy here. Valued at 37.5k, 1.3k per week is on at the moment. You can't sign him, but if you was to put a bid in for him, obviously you can't because he's on loan with a future fee clause. But it's definitely a player to look out for should he leave. Should he leave PSTC? Obviously, he's joining Real Madrid by the looks of it. So he will be going. So maybe a loan. Maybe Real Madrid might be worth looking at once he goes to Real Madrid. The next one is a guy called Franco Ramos, an Argentinian 16-year-old. from Independiente. Morale's very poor. It looks okay. 16 valued at 375k at the moment. Can sign him as well. He'll be willing to join for 3k per week on Op Prospect. If you was to put a bid in for him, we're looking around 925k. But it does look a decent player. And like I say, these are all based on potential ability. So if you're one of them FM players that like bringing in the young players, seeing how they go on each season, how they improve, then these are the players for you right now for a left back. And next guy is a guy called Caju at Santos, a Brazilian guy who is 18 years old. So just flick the ages, 18, Brazilian. This guy right here. Stats are already pretty good for 18-year-old. I mean, based on his history, he made 13 appearances for the first team last season. It's valued at 350k. So if he keeps playing in the first team for Santos, his stats will rapidly improve very quickly. If you was to put a bid in for him, you're looking at 23.5 million. Obviously, because he's a first team player. The next guy is Kyle Walker-Peters at Tottenham, a 17-year-old guy. Obviously, his stats aren't great at the moment. It's valued at 115k at the moment. It's very fast, as you can see. You can sign him on a contract if he's willing to join you. Transfer, if you'd be looking at 1.2 million. But yeah, he does look a pretty decent player. And like I say, it will be improving season after season. The next one is a guy called Robin Tim Becker from Leverkusen. Already a pretty decent player at 17 years old. In terms of his history, he hasn't started for Leverkusen just yet. Valued at 44k, is on 1.1k per week. You can't sign him on a contract yet. If you was to put a bid in for him, they still want 15 million despite him not having any first team experience. They still want 15 million. It just shows you, if you've got the money, get him in. The next one is a guy called Arana from Corinthians. 17 years old, already looks pretty good. He's already wanted by 2 clubs, wanted by 2p, maybe on loan. So he's listed for loan. In terms of his history, he's not played any appearances yet, but he's only 17 years old. If you was to put a bid in for him, you're looking around 9 million. And finally, a guy called Jay Da Silva, who's currently playing for Chelsea. 16 years old, left back. It's only valued at 7.5k and is on £80 per week. If you was to put a bid in for this guy, you're looking around 23 million. As you can see, they're obviously rating very highly for him to be valued at 7.5k and want 28 million or 23 million. Obviously, I wouldn't go on this. He's only 16, so his stats are going to keep improving and improving. And that's it for this video. The next video I will be doing on Wonderkids will be centre back. So if you have any players who you think have improved massively in your game, let me know in the comments and I will put it in the next video. And I'll see you all very shortly.